Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech with Yeshwanth. I'm sure that by looking at the channel thumbnail, you might have already made a decision to learn how to convert AWS Clicks into CDK or CloudFormation in the easiest possible way. So in today's cloud-first environment, infrastructure as code has become crucial for managing cloud resources effectively. However, organizations often face significant challenges in adapting IaaS practices, including steep learning curves, complex syntax requirements, and difficulty translating manual operations into code. So, Amazon Q Developers Console to Code feature addresses these challenges by providing an intuitive bridge between manual AWS operations and infrastructure as code. So this is an innovative solution which helps organizations accelerate their automation journey while maintaining consistency and reliability in AWS deployments. Now let us understand what is this console to code and why is it a game changer. So console to code is a feature of Amazon Q Developer that helps automate AWS infrastructure by recording manual actions performed in the AWS Management Console and converting them into infrastructure as code. So it leverages generative AI to generate automation-ready code, allowing users to transition from manual operations to repeatable deployments effortlessly. Console to Code provides multi-language support, including the code generation in AWS CDK, which is Cloud Development Kit, in formats such as Java, Python, and TypeScript, as well as AWS CloudFormation in JSON or YAML formats. Now, Console to Code records your console actions, then uses generative AI to suggest code in your preferred language and the format. So in this video, we will explore how console to code can help you transform manual console actions into reusable infrastructure as code and also improve operational efficiency and reduce human error. Thirdly, we'll also learn how to accelerate the transition from manual to automated deployments. Firstly, I wanted to highlight a few things, which is the supported AWS services for now in the as of this recording. Console to code currently supports automation for several essential AWS services. This includes Amazon EC2, which allows for provisioning and management of virtual machines, Amazon VPC, which enables configurations of networking components such as subnets, route tables, and gateways, and Amazon RDS, which facilitates the management of database instances, configurations, and scaling operations. Now, let us also talk about some of the potential use cases where this can help you. So in this fast-paced world of DevOps and agile development, console to code enables teams to rapidly prototype and iterate on infrastructure configurations. So the ability to quickly create and replicate consistent environment across development, staging, and production stages ensures infrastructure reliability while maintaining agile velocity. And firstly, on the compliance-focused industries, this will be a game changer because organizations in regulated industries benefit from this console to code systematic approach to implementing and maintaining compliant infrastructure. So by recording proven compliant configurations, organizations ensure all subsequent deployments maintain the same level of security and compliance, creating an automated audit trail for regulatory requirements. Now let's talk about how we can achieve this, right? So it's really straightforward. So the process is very straightforward, and you can turn your console actions into reusable code in just 3 steps, right? Firstly, you need to hit record. You need to tell Amazon Q to start watching. Basically, you need to have the AWS Management Console. There on the right hand side of the console, for the services that are supported today, which are VPC, RDS, and EC2, you will see an icon which will say console to code, right? So once you have that, just click on start recording, and that's it. The tool will now actively record every infrastructure related actions that you take on the console, and basically it goes through the generative AI process, and you can also build your infrastructure. So you can go through the console and perform the task that you want. Like, for example, you want to launch an EC2 instance, set up a VPC, subnet, route table, all those things. And once you have that completed, you can generate your code. So in the console to code panel, you will see a list of all the actions that you have taken or performed. Then you can review and select whichever the actions that you want, and you can include that in your ISE templates, for example, in your Python code or your Java code or TypeScript code, or even the YAML or the JSON template that you get for the CloudFormation. And at the bottom, you will also see a panel to choose for the desired output for example, AWS CDK, if it's a Python or CloudFormation or YAML. And then you can click on generate chosen language button, and instantly it will provide you the generated code. And in fact, you can hop over multiple services when you're doing so, but make sure you are doing with supported services alone. So this was recorded on 5th of October 2025. So AWS or Amazon might add few more services far later after this recording. So always watch out on the blog post. I'll also record video whenever there is a change made to this particular code to console, console to code approach, right? So by the end, you will also get the CLI commands required for you to go ahead and deploy the code, and that's how you can do it. Now let's get this into action. Let's see how we can do this in the AWS Management Console, right? So if you see here, this is my AWS Management Console. I've logged in, and you can see for now I only see this I button and the Amazon queue. But as soon as I go to any of the supported services, for example, EC2, I'll click on EC2, and you will see another option called console to code, right? So for example, if I click on this, you will see generate code in 3 simple steps: start recording, choose start recording, actions, copy CLI commands, and generate and export. So this is how you do it. For example, let's do that, right? So I'll click on start recording, and you will see the recording in progress. Only actions in this tabs are recorded, and you will also get the list of recorded actions in this thing. And one important thing, the resources that are created using this approach, that is code to console, are charged, but the recording itself is free, right? So you don't have to pay for getting the actions or recorded. For example, let's go to instances. And if you see here, you are getting all the details here, and you can click on launch instance. I'll say my hyphen server, and I'll select Ubuntu, and I'll leave that as 3T micro, and I'll go with proceed without keeper, and security group, I'll use an existing security group. So this is just for a demo, right? So I'm just going with all the details here, and I'll click on launch instance. Now you can see all the things that were recorded. If you see here, EC2 instance, describe account, and all those things. But here you will have to select whichever the actions you want. For example, now if I scroll a little down, and you can see all the details that I performed are here, right? So for example, it's running instances, right? The type of actions it was, all those things are created here. So, and if you see here, EC2 launch an instance, this is one particular operation, and describing an instance, it is one of the operations. So I'll select all the things that comes under launching an instance, so that I can create a infrastructure as code, right? So let me do that real quick. So in real time, you can select only the actions that you want, right? So you don't have to manually select all of this. And now if I go with generate CF and YAML, or you can also generate CDK, Java, Python, TypeScript, JSON, and YAML. So for this example, let me go with YAML, right? So it is generating the YAML file here, if you see. So it is also giving you the CLI commands if you want. So AWS describe EC2 instance offering and all those things. And at the end, you might also get the configurations here, and you can download the configuration, and you will have to provide the consent to create the code. I'll just allow it, and if you read out here, read operations are excluded from the generated code, because we don't have to create anything there. So if you see here, this is a CFM YAML file that it's creating an EC2 instance, the name, the networking interfaces, the tag. If you see here, the key and the value type, I gave a name as my server, so it's taking that as well. And you can see the outputs as well. And you can even download this and you can create a CloudFormation template out of this. So this is how you work along with console to code. And once you're done, probably you can just copy this one or close this just by clicking on console to code. It will vanish and you can go to this one. And if you want to come back, you can stop, reset, and do it all over again. All right, so now my final thoughts. So this is an incredibly powerful feature for accelerating your cloud journey. So to get the most of it, I would say plan your steps. So have a clear idea as to what you want to build before starting the recording. So keep your generated code clean and focused. So do not take all the actions into considerations, and always review the output. So the generated code is a fantastic starting point, but always review it to understand what's happening and see if you can make any custom changes there. And use it as a learning tool. So if you're new to IAC, generate code for a simple task first and study the output, understand how resources are defined and linked. And this is one of the most practical ways to learn, if you ask me. So the era of choosing between the easy to use console and powerful automation is all over now. So with this console to code approach, you can finally have both. So with that, I would say happy building. And if you're liking the content that I'm creating, please consider subscribing and share it with your friends. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video with another approach as to how we can do bigger things on AWS in general. Thank you.